This 80-year-old cricket legend owns a $3.2 million empire nobody talks about. While modern cricket fans chase the latest IPL stars and T20 highlights, they're missing one of the most incredible wealth stories in Caribbean sports history. Vanburn Holder's name might not trend on social media, but his bank account tells a different story. In 2025, this former West Indies fast bowler sits on a fortune that would shock most current players. But his journey from a poor kid in Barbados to a multi-millionaire is filled with secrets that reveal how real champions build lasting wealth. Most cricket fans today have never heard of Vanburn Holder. That's exactly how he likes it. While other former players chase media attention and endorsement deals, Holder has been quietly building an empire that generates over $400,000 annually in passive income. His story proves that sometimes the quietest voices carry the biggest wallets. But before we dive into his millions, you need to understand where this incredible journey began. Born in Barbados in 1945, Holder grew up when cricket was more than just a sport. It was survival. It was hope. It was the only way out of poverty for talented Caribbean kids. His family had no money, no connections, and no backup plan. Cricket wasn't a hobby, it was everything. From age 10, Holder practiced with tennis balls and makeshift bats because real equipment was too expensive. He ran barefoot on beaches to build stamina and threw rocks at bottles to improve his accuracy. But here's what separated Holder from thousands of other talented kids. He understood that cricket alone wouldn't guarantee financial security. Even as a teenager, he watched older players struggle after retirement. He saw former stars working as taxi drivers and security guards because they never planned beyond their playing careers. This reality scared him more than any fast bowler ever could. Holder made his international debut in 1969 during the golden age of West Indies cricket. He played alongside legends like Garfield Sobers, Clive Lloyd, and Viv Richards. But unlike many of his flashy teammates, Holder was the quiet assassin. He didn't sledge batsmen or celebrate wildly after taking wickets. He just bowled fast, accurate, and consistently dangerous deliveries that troubled the world's best batsmen. Over his international career, Holder took more than 100 test wickets and played in some of the most memorable matches in cricket history. But here's the part that changed his life forever. While his teammates spent their match fees on parties and expensive clothes, Holder was saving every penny he could. His teammates called him cheap. They laughed when he shared hotel rooms and ate simple meals. But Holder was playing a different game entirely. The secret to Holder's wealth started with a conversation he had with a businessman in England during his first tour. The man told him something that stuck forever. Athletes make money for a few years, but smart athletes make their money work for decades. That single sentence changed how Holder viewed every dollar he earned from cricket. Instead of buying fancy watches and expensive cars like his teammates, Holder opened his first savings account in 1971. By 1975, he had saved enough to buy his first investment property, a small house near Bridgetown that he rented to tourists. The property cost him $15,000 and generated $200 monthly rental income. His friends thought he was crazy spending money on an old house instead of enjoying his cricket earnings. Today, that same property is worth over $300,000. But Holder's real genius wasn't just saving money, it was understanding Barbados better than anyone else. While foreign investors focused on fancy resorts and golf courses, Holder saw opportunities in everyday tourism. He noticed that cruise ship passengers needed reliable transportation from the port to popular beaches. So in 1978, he bought his first van and started a small shuttle service. The business started with one vehicle and Holder as the only driver during his off-season. He wore a simple uniform, learned basic phrases in different languages, and treated every tourist like family. Word spread quickly about the friendly former cricketer who gave great tours and charged fair prices. Within 3 years, he owned 5 vans and employed 8 drivers. The shuttle business was generating more money than his cricket salary. Most athletes would have stopped there, but Holder was just getting started. He reinvested every profit from the shuttle business into buying more rental properties. By 1980, was thriving. and his rental properties were fully booked most months. But instead of living like a millionaire, Holder continued living modestly. He drove a simple car, lived in a regular house, and avoided expensive restaurants. Every extra dollar went into expanding his property portfolio or improving his existing investments. His big breakthrough came in 1989 when a major hotel chain wanted to build a resort near one of his properties. They offered him $400,000 for land he had bought for $25,000 10 years earlier. Most people would have sold immediately for such massive profit. But Holder negotiated something better. He kept ownership of the land and leased it to the hotel for 30 years at $50,000 annually. This single deal guaranteed him $1.5 million over 3 decades while he kept the land. The 1990s brought new challenges as Caribbean tourism changed rapidly. Bigger cruise ships meant more passengers, but also more competition from large tour companies. Instead of fighting them, Holder adapted. He sold his shuttle business to a larger company, but negotiated a consulting contract that paid him $75,000 annually for 5 years. He used this money to buy shares in the company, making him a part owner of his former competition. By 2000, Holder owned 12 rental properties, had significant shares in 2 tourism companies, and was earning over $300,000 annually from investments alone. But his masterpiece was still to come. In 2003, he found 15 acres of undeveloped beachfront land that a family wanted to sell quickly. The asking price was $800,000, more money than he had ever spent on anything. But Holder saw something others missed. Instead of building a massive resort like everyone expected, Holder created something unique, an eco-resort with just 8 luxury villas. Each villa was designed to blend with the natural environment while offering 5-star amenities. He hired local craftsmen, used sustainable materials, and created a destination that attracted wealthy travelers who wanted privacy and authentic Caribbean experiences. The eco-resort opened in 2006 and immediately became one of Barbados's most exclusive destinations. Rooms cost $1,500 per night and stay booked solid during peak season. The resort generates over $2 million annually in revenue, with profit margins that make other hotel owners jealous. Holder owns the entire property, so every dollar of profit goes directly to his bank account. But Holder's wealth isn't just about properties and businesses. His personal car collection has become legendary among Caribbean car enthusiasts. His garage houses a mint-condition 1961 Jaguar E-Type that he bought in 1995 for $45,000. Today, that car is worth over $200,000. He also owns a restored 1965 Ford Mustang, a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, and a modern Range Rover for daily driving. Each car has a story behind it, and Holder maintains them himself in a custom garage behind his mansion. He learned mechanical skills during his playing days when teams couldn't afford mechanics for their vehicles. Now, working on his cars is both a hobby and a way to preserve their value. Car collectors regularly offer him huge sums for his vehicles, but Holder refuses to sell because he says they're part of his family history. His crown jewel is his mansion on a hill overlooking Whole Town. The $1.3 million property took 3 years to build and features custom woodwork by local artisans, tropical gardens maintained by expert landscapers, and a private library containing over 3,000 books. But the most valuable part of the house isn't the luxury, it's the history. Every room contains memorabilia from Holder's cricket career and West Indies cricket history. Cricket balls from every test match he played, handwritten letters from Sir Garfield Sobers and other legends, black and white photographs showing him with teammates who became cricket immortals. The collection is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, but Holder says it's priceless because it preserves Caribbean cricket heritage. The mansion also serves as an unofficial museum where Holder hosts young cricketers and students every Sunday. These gatherings aren't formal events, just casual conversations where Holder shares stories, life lessons, and practical advice. He believes successful people have a responsibility to guide the next generation, especially kids from poor. Their love story survived long separations during his playing career, financial struggles in the early years, and the pressures of building a business empire. Today, she manages the family's charitable activities while Holder focuses on investments and mentoring. Their 3 children all attended university and now help manage different parts of the family business. One son oversees the eco-resort operations, one daughter manages the rental properties, and their youngest handles the financial investments. This family approach ensures the business continues growing while giving Holder time to enjoy his success. But Holder's greatest pride isn't his wealth, it's his impact on young people. In 2010, he established the Holder Foundation, which provides scholarships for Caribbean students studying sports science, agriculture, and sustainable tourism. These fields represent his belief that the Caribbean's future depends on developing local expertise in areas that matter most to the region. The foundation has funded over 200 scholarships and helped establish cricket academies in 3 Caribbean islands. Holder personally interviews every scholarship recipient and stays in touch with them throughout their studies. Many former scholarship recipients now work in his businesses or have started successful companies of their own. In 2023, Holder received the Order of the Caribbean Community for his contributions to sports and youth development. The ceremony was one of the few public events he attended, and his acceptance speech focused entirely on thanking others rather than celebrating his own achievements. This humility has made him even more respected throughout the Caribbean. At age 80, Holder remains remarkably active and sharp. He still coaches young fast bowlers at a local academy, teaching them not just bowling techniques, but life skills and financial responsibility. His coaching sessions always include lessons about saving money, making smart decisions, and planning for life after cricket. These young players often record his advice on their phones, and these videos sometimes go viral on social media. Holder's daily routine reflects his disciplined approach to life. After his morning swim and breakfast, he reads financial news and reviews reports from his various businesses. He personally approves every major expense and investment decision, maintaining the same attention to detail that made him a successful bowler. His business managers say he asks tougher questions than any bank loan officer. Lunch is usually at his favorite local restaurant where he's been eating the same meal, grilled fish with rice and vegetables, for over 20 years. The owner is a former student who received one of his scholarships, and their relationship represents how Holder's investments in people often create lasting connections beyond business. Afternoons might include visits to his rental properties to check on maintenance issues or meet with potential new tenants. Holder still personally screens every renter because he believes the quality of tenants affects the long-term value of his properties. His rental properties have the highest occupancy rates in Barbados because he maintains them perfectly and treats tenants fairly. The eco-resort requires constant attention during tourist season, and Holder visits at least 3 times weekly to ensure everything meets his exacting standards. He knows every employee by name and often helps with tasks like greeting guests or explaining local history. Guests frequently mention in reviews how impressed they were meeting the owner, who clearly cares about their experience. Evenings are family time at the mansion. Holder and his wife enjoy quiet dinners on their terrace overlooking the ocean, discussing their day and planning family activities. They often host their children and grandchildren for Sunday dinners that include extended family members and close friends. These gatherings feature traditional Caribbean food, lively conversations, and stories from Holder's cricket days. His wealth continues growing even in retirement. Property values in Barbados have increased significantly as more wealthy foreigners buy vacation homes. His eco-resort regularly receives offers from hotel chains wanting to buy or partner with him. His investment portfolio includes stocks in Caribbean banks, utility companies, and tourism businesses that generate steady dividend income. Financial experts estimate Holder's net worth will reach $4 million by 2027 through continued property appreciation and business growth. But unlike many wealthy retirees, Holder shows no interest in slowing down. His wealth reflects a mindset that prioritizes long-term thinking over short-term pleasure. While his cricket teammates bought expensive cars that lost value immediately, Holder bought properties that appreciated for decades. While others spent money to impress people, Holder invested money to create lasting value. His approach to business mirrors his approach to cricket: consistency, patience, and attention to detail. He never tried to hit financial home runs with risky investments. Instead, he built wealth through steady singles and doubles that accumulated over time. This conservative approach protected him during economic downturns while positioning him for growth during good times. Holder's story also demonstrates the importance of understanding your local market better than outside investors. While foreign developers focused on massive resorts and golf courses, Holder identified smaller opportunities that generated better returns. His shuttle business succeeded because he understood what tourists actually wanted. His eco-resort thrived because he created something unique in a crowded market. Most importantly, Holder never forgot his roots or responsibilities to his community. His wealth didn't separate him from Barbados. It connected him more deeply through job creation, scholarships, and mentoring programs. This community focus has generated goodwill that protects his businesses and creates opportunities that money alone couldn't buy. Today, Vanburn Holder represents something rare in professional sports: an athlete who built lasting wealth while maintaining his values and connections to home. His $3.2 million empire wasn't created through luck or inheritance, but through decades of smart decisions, hard work, and genuine care for others. His mansion, filled with cricket memorabilia, serves as both a personal residence